So it has been a little while since I've been able to do a bit of a video of what's been going on. We had about a week and a half's break with the cherry picker needing to be elsewhere, which was okay because we needed to catch up on some things ourselves. But I'll tell you what, whilst we've got a lot of cleanup to do here now, which won't take long actually, scrub all these and just recoat, move some barbecues around, put up a big screen TV over here, get the spa back up and running. Minor. Anyway, back onto the more important things. Border and the boys, actually today, they've been putting the back wall back on. Oh, you can't quite see. But the back wall there, because it's a wall we don't see, we didn't actually do in the timber. We ended up, we got to put a flashing around the corner there, some timbers and bits and just finish off. But it was really one of those areas where we could spend it was about another $3,500-4,000 in timber, just the timber alone, to buy this timber here to do that back wall. We decided to colour bond it because look at what's behind. It's the end of the house nobody ever sees versus, obviously these beautiful timber pieces we do here. And obviously we've got to finish off here now. Finally, now we're ready. The boys have left us all the wiring over there. So that's all 24 volt. For 24 volt LEDs that go through. So I get the job of just routing that down into the roof and then down the side section there. Then we can reclade that in the proper timber, which will be great. We start painting some of these pipes up here. As you can see, with the pipes we put in here, we pre-painted, and I'll upload the video of doing those. Boys did a fantastic job. These are spots that you just can't get back down to. The height, as you can see, the height there, if I've got to put those pipes on, it's a painful one to get to without the cherry picker. So really nice that we could do it now. But this has come up so nice, and I know I rave on about the dollars and cents, and it's certainly, this has been my dearest project on this property by a mile. It's probably, let's just say that a supercharged Ford Mustang didn't cover it. Anyway, we're going to move all these bits around. These have all been shoved around here, but they all go into the big area. But just to give you a real good idea of what this looks like, it's very hard from underneath here to get, the proper view. Oh, these are the steps. Beautiful. These have just come up so well. And for those of you who got the impression in my photos the other day that I built them, no. No, they're too straight and too correct. No, Border and the boys did these, and they did a great job. I know I put a few photos up, and I said how a few bits of steel and a bit of timber, lengths of timber, can turn into something so beautiful. And I probably did get the impression that, I didn't quite say who built these, but no, it wasn't me. It's just too good for me. Anyway, so we're just starting to get some of the rubbish off the ground here. Well, it started. It's a lot of rubbish the Buddha's boys actually cleaned up today. Beautiful. Where do you find tradespeople that clean up? Seriously, it's very rare. But just to give you a bit of a look, of how much area that's covering now. Obviously, we stay flat right over there, and then we gable at that end section there. And that end section, as I mentioned before, that probably cost us more than we would have liked. It was a lot of mucking around. Several mistakes were made and then had to be fixed, and it was just one of those jobs where even the tradies were having trouble working with probably the outer squareness of some things at times. But overall, I'm still a big fan of that top brace that you see there, the uprights, the way they kind of navigate into a bit of a V section. I just like that. Not everybody has, by the way. I do. Not everybody liked it. A lot of people liked it before they put the roof on. And after they put the roof on, they sort of went, "Oh, I don't know if I like that as much." And I went, "Oh, well, I still do." But we've still got to do we're going to do a flashing across here, but I actually think we could utilise another 140 timber sort of across and down, sort of coming down across that. So we'll have a look at that this week and just clean up that little bit there. But what you're seeing here, you're not going to see fairly soon, because garden beds go in right around across the front with retainers, and then basically things will grow there. You won't even see these black sheets, apart from the fact that they're a backdrop, but I don't think you'll see too much of them once we get some stuff growing. And that's the element of building that sometimes you final results, they take time, especially getting everything built. But and this is why we didn't timber this front section here. Number one, we had the sheets left over, had a load of them left over. And number two, you're just really not going to see them. Oh, it's all right. My cat was just attacking the hen. What are you doing, Tyrion? You annoying the... Okay, on a mission. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Hello. 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 There you go, mate. Hey, where you going? You just come to be camera friendly or something. Where are you going? Hey? Oh, it's going to brush up against me. Love my cat. Anyway, so as far as Buddha's boys are concerned, I would think they are pretty much on the end of this job now. I actually didn't. I've been a bit crook today, and I've been a bit out of it, so I didn't get to really see anyone today. It's a pity because I'd love to have complimented them just on, look, it's this is really, it's a work of art. Once we get this front cleaned up here, I mean, I know it still looks like a building zone. What gives that away? Oh, the cherry picker, I suppose. But once we start getting a bit of lawn in and a bit of, something down here, and we clean up these sides over here, it starts to all come together. And often, you just got to go through these a few teething problems. Most people's teething problems and issues with doing up a property, mainly got to do with budget. Trust me, if you ever said to me, oh, what was the hardest bit about the project? Budget. I never have enough budget. That's the problem. Budget. It's an age-old problem of us human beings. But as you can see, the whole reason that we wanted to build this was, I mentioned in a video the other day, was the views and just the solitude of just serenity. Sounds like the castle. Being out here and see our next job. As you can see, everything you see around here that's sitting on the ground in the next week will go. We're going to burn that pile. All this goes. And we start to then, I've just got to get a pipe in over here for the septic. We busted a septic pipe over here. So we're excavated for the moment. And my wife's left the shed open. Why would you do that? We're going to just get that pipe back in there. And then all we have to do is run some, the reason we're excavated through here is we've got to run some pipes right around into that corner there. We've got to get water out of there to make sure that we're just getting good flow through. Otherwise this shed here will flood. Oh, so they're stopping it. Oh, I see a problem. Okay, that might be a problem. Right, fix that. Anyway, now there's a view of that side. I think we're going to paint those panels on the back there. We might sort of do them in a brown or something. Look, it's just I had so much sheeting left over that I thought let's use that sheet and then we can decide on colour and etc. later. We fully insulated that whole lot on the side. But as you can see, it's part of the property that just doesn't get seen. And I just thought, I think I worked out about $3,800 to buy the timbers to do the job. Now, to give you an idea, back when we did the whole house, it was about $7,000 or $8,000 worth of timbers to do the entire house except that back wall. Now we did that in about 2014. That price now to do one wall was $3,800. That's how much timber's gone up in the last few years. It is astronomical. It's scary actually, just how much, anyway. So that orange tree over there is going, the lemon tree is going. Sam's not happy about that, but it's in the way and it's got to go. And the garden bed's in front there. And I don't know if that's staying or not. We'll see. Well, it might. We'll see. Just maybe get all the rubbish off it, maybe do it up a little bit and see how it all goes. But one of the greatest things we did during this build was knock out that tree at the front. This one here I'm not so worried about. That's fine. But this other one was just going to be a problem. It was always going to be us cleaning this roof out, just... and as you can see, we grow towers on this property, not trees. Sort of tend to like our towers. So anyway, but yeah, getting all this here cleaned out, that's not going to take long. That's probably a day of us moving stuff, and a lot of it will come out with a bobcat. To be honest, like all those sleepers and that, bobcat, just forks, etc., etc. Tow a trailer out the way. When you look at it, there's probably not even that. It's probably half a day. Just a lot of bits and pieces that just got to go on the scrap pile. We're building up a big metal scrap pile over the far end there. All that's got to go fairly soon to the scrap merchants. They're taking it also. and we get rid of all these bits here. And yes, you've got this blank canvas then that you can start, working away and start designing in. I joked with Sam, I said, you'd almost, if you got that out of the way, you could almost get a really nice, good sized pool in here. Now, that's probably not for everybody. And if I was to say, does that suit our lifestyle? Probably not. But for some reason, it still crossed my mind. I thought, maybe a pool. Anyway, so I got people coming out to quote that out. That price I'll probably fall over, because I'd be limited probably 70 or 80 grand to get in a pool. And these days, I don't know if you'd do it for that. By the time you landscaped around the pool and got all the tiles in and got all the fencing up around it, I don't reckon 70 or 80 grand will buy much. So maybe we can spend that money better and go swim in Wodonga or something. No, we're not huge on that anyway. All right, well, that just is a really, really nice finish. And look, if you guys ever want great builders to do this, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, but they're not cheap builders, okay, but they're good builders. Are they the most expensive builders? No way in the world. But, some things take time, and time costs, these days. And also remember, when you're talking to your builders, that when you add things on and you tell them you want to put a spa over in the corner and you want that strengthened and you want some steps out the front and little things that you sort of go, oh yeah, just remember that's adding time and money to the job. And, don't cut crook when you go over budget. It will be what it's going to be. By the same token, this budget of this project went way over. We initially labelled it as about a 50 grand project. With our add-ons, we thought 55. I still don't have, I don't have the final numbers just yet, but it's, sort of say, it's definitely beaten that by a fair way already. So, and we've still got one last bill to pay. So, but, like I said on one of the other videos, long after you've forgotten about the price, you're still enjoying the product. And I just think once we get all this out of here, I think, and the deck sort of set up how we want it. This is, take all this out and just imagine just looking at these views, and they're all yours. The only thing that changes about these views, sometimes we get the cows up by the fence, which I think is even better. When they're in this paddock, if I'm playing guitar and got the amps running, they come out. That's weird. They'll come up right to the fence, and a bit of 12 bar blues, and they, I don't know why, but they just come up to the fence. I've got some video of that years ago. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll pretty much section off. Those tanks, by the way, are going to go at some stage. We'll put in another one like behind the other shed there, but they're looking a little bit tragic, to say the least. I just noticed too, they just changed one of the pipes that goes into the tank, and actually will actually fill the tank for the moment. That's good. Good on you guys, because how it was terrible. They're right to do that. Anyway, but for now, in interest of saving money, and look, I'm broke for a while. I just am. I thought my supercharged Mustang thing would cover everything, but no, I was a little bit out on that. But so I just got to save some money again. And I haven't ripped that pole out yet. That's what I've got to do. I took out the other two poles the other day for the old shade sails, and I forgot about that one. I had the 9-inch grinder out and everything. But anyway, but as you can see, look, any project that's worthwhile, it's it's going to test you. It will. It's how you start things and how you finish them are often very different. And fortunately, that's why I say to people, trust your builders. Have builders that you can trust is probably the first statement, because then the trick is to trust them when they tell you to do certain things. They've generally got a pretty good reason for it, and it's not about them saving money. Trust me. Generally, with Buddha's crowd, it's always been about getting things stronger, better. And really made it into something really incredible. Sophie, say hello to the camera. Say hello to the camera. No? Okay, don't say hello to the camera. As you can see, this job today, there was a lot of cut pieces to just get into those angles. I was going to do the entire job there, but you know what? It took the boys a whole day to do that back wall. And it's because of the cuts. The cuts just take time and, mucking around, etc., etc. So I was probably being a little bit over the top. And the thing was that, every day your cherry pickers sitting here is another day that it's cost you. So you do want to start to say, well, hang on, what's the smartest way to get this wall up fast? And Sam and I could have done that wall, but based on the fact it took the boys a day, probably take Sam and I 3 days. There would have been things we ran into where we would have gone, well, that wasn't so simple. And when you've got a wall that, last night, trust me, in our bedroom, which is that end room there, now that bedroom, to give you an idea, that's about 12 metres long, because it goes from that end wall and it goes past that little small window there. Well, it goes just past that between the that window there and that window there. Hang on, that one and that one. That's the doorway into our bedroom. Now, if you can imagine, our bedroom then goes. It's trying to focus on my finger, isn't it? Bedroom goes right to that end wall. So that's about 12 metres, 12 or 13, I think it is. And then the bedroom takes up the entire back wall there. Not now, no, sorry. About halfway, because we've extended that to the next room going on. But so it's a huge bedroom. It really is. And so last night when we just had no iron on there and just timber and basically a bit of gyprock between us. Yeah, we had the air conditioner on a little bit warmer than we would normally, keeping ourselves warm. So yeah. Anyway, so there you go. There's a bit of an update, how it's all going. And I'm going to love giving you an update when it's all cleaned up here. Maybe shots having champagne in the spa with, all the lights on at night or something. But, once we get this all cleaned up, this, all the trimmings, and this is all about trimmings now. Everything's about trimmings, just getting some colours right on, like these gutters and these barge boards. Sam and I are out here last night just getting all the colours right for those and in our heads and saying, righto, let's do it. But, and just matching things up, getting these front bits of deck sort of put on there just to match in nice, etc. But most of all, cleaning up this mess. I feel like we're not too far from it. I don't know what you think, but I don't reckon we're too far away from, a little bit of hard work and a bit of concrete up the front of that shed there, some driveway down here, and then obviously some grass through here. And we'll just sort of see how that all ends up looking. Hey, Sophie. Hello. Sophie's sort of one of those cats that it depends on what mood Sophie's in. At the moment, it's leave me alone mood. Anyway, all good. Okay, sorry this went on so long, but I'm sort of walking around very happy with what I'm seeing. And I think that's, now, the fact that I may be on bread and water for a long time, that really doesn't matter. Because this has been a project that should have happened years ago. It would have cost me a lot less if I did it years ago. I don't think, by the way, here's the thing about false economy. Waiting to do projects because it's not the right time. Yeah, well, the time it took me to get to this project probably doubled in, cost of labour, parts, everything. It just, steel prices, you name it. I would have been much smarter. We built this decking in 2013. By 2014, this should have been up 10 years earlier, and it would have been half the price, I guarantee you. And I absolutely mean that too. It would have been. It's just not me just guesstimating there. I had a little bit to do with the steel industry for a long while there, and although timber was worse. Timber cost a lot more. All right, all the best. Thanks for having a look at this video, and we'll keep you updated on how it all goes, but certainly looking good. Cheers, guys.